Okay, we're going to be doing the NDT lab, neurodevelopmental facilitation. So we're going to talk about all the techniques, but I want to go ahead to the activities. So if you look at the first set of pictures, it's going to be about facilitating an upright posture. So a lot of times after a stroke or some kind of neurological injury, your patient is going to have either abnormal tone or loss of endurance of their postural muscles, or maybe loss of awareness of what midline is. So they might be all slumpy. Can you be slumpy? Slumpy, okay? So just, you can stay slumpy. Okay, so the first technique I'm gonna show you is just how to get some extension in the lumbar spine, and how to get a little bit of extension in the cervical spine. Okay, so I would have her in a chair, but with the chair you can't see very well. So I'm gonna have her up on the plinth. Her feet are supported. I'm just gonna be real careful of my body mechanics and what I'm gonna do. And camera person, if you'll kind of come around the back for me. My hands are gonna be right above the iliac crests, okay, on either side of the spine. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give pressure from distal to proximal. And my pressure is up and forward. Okay, slump again for me. So again, here's her iliac crest right here. I'm right there and right a little bit above it also. And I'm going to give pressure up and forward, distal to proximal. Okay. Now, if when we did that, we got a good reaction here, can you still kind of slump your trunk, but nothing happened up here? What I can do is at the scapula, I can go down and in. And go ahead and slump again up here. Down and in, it'll pop up the front, okay? Camera person, come around to the front because there's a different technique. People respond very differently. So slump everything. So let's say I got a good reaction at your low back, but you stayed slumpy up here, okay? So up here, I can also go right at her collarbones and press up and back. Okay, I'm right here at the collarbones, up and back. Any combination of those, you're gonna get a nice upright posture, okay? Now let's say that she's weak on one side, and she's she's really weak on one side. Okay, camera person, go back around, please.
It's kind of weak.
You don't have to go that far. And you don't have to let your head fall off. Okay, so you can see she's very slumped towards her left. Okay, so I always have to get her upright first. So we're gonna get upright. But now she doesn't have any weight on this side. Okay, she's got a lot of elongation here and a lot of shortening here. So what I'm gonna do is that I am pushing with this hand and I'm pulling sideways and up. Okay, so she's here, I've gotten her upright, and now that's exactly what I'm doing. Can you put your hands just on my arms?
On your arms?
Yeah, well, just, yeah, kind of like that.
Shoulders.
Yep, sorry, slumpy. Okay, because sometimes I'll have my patients do this and I can make them dance just by using their arms a little bit. So she was here, so slumpy, up, and we're gonna go over. Okay.
I'm fixed.
Yeah, you were going sideways though. You were fixing.
I don't know how to be slumpy.
Be slumpy. And up. There we go. She's a mess. We'll keep her though. You were fixing yourself. Okay, so you're just using your hands. What I realized was she kind of fixed herself. So when she was like this, all slumped to this side, what I needed to do was go like that. I needed to raise the shortened side. Okay, so let's do that again. I knew something felt wrong. Okay, so come down like
I'm
this.
bumpy.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push that way, and I'm gonna raise the shortened side and get her back in the middle. Okay, so getting to center, or getting upright and then correct to center. Okay, so that was activity 1 and activity 2. So think about a patient who needs to scoot forward in their chair and they need to kind of weight shift and scoot their butt. Can you come sit in this chair for me? Camera person, come around. So we can use that technique not just statically. Uncross your feet. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of hold the chair because I know that it's gonna slide on this floor. So
What am I doing?
you are just gonna follow my hands.
Okay.
Okay, so you're pretty weak and I need you to scoot to the front of the chair, but you're not really able to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is get her off the back of the chair, so nice and up like this.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to shift her that way and unweight this hip and pull it forward.
I don't like that.
Sorry. And I'm gonna shift her this way and pull her forward. If my patient did not like that, okay, I can also, I'm gonna shift you this way, I can do that again.
The chair slides.
The chair slides. Hang on.
Okay.
And go that way. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you can pull just at the distal femur and pull forward. Sometimes your patient's a lot bigger than you or you're really petite and you can't reach all the way around. Okay. Do not be scared of getting in your patient's personal space, but what I recommend is you angle down into the side. Don't get right in their face. Okay, you'll notice I was down here. Okay, that feels a lot less intrusive than if I was getting my face really close to her face. Okay, even though she's my daughter, she still doesn't like it.
It's awkward and weird.
And we don't want to be weird or creepy. Okay, so that could help somebody go forward. It could help somebody go back. Now, if I was helping her go back in the chair, I could shift her and I can push back. And I like using the tibia to push back. Again, I'm just assisting her. I'm trying to facilitate. So I want her to do as much of the work as possible. Right now, I'm just trying to show you the techniques. Okay, the next one is going to be sit to stand. I'm gonna show you 2 different versions of this.
And so that we don't. Okay.
One version, okay, my patient would already be to the edge of the chair, so I'd have to get her to the edge of the chair. Come even further. Good. I want her feet shoulder width apart, flat on the floor, but I would like a little bit of dorsiflexion. It's going to be easier to get her weight up over her feet. Now, my back leg is going to be all the way behind her. My front leg, and camera person, if you can get a real good shot of this, my ankle is behind her ankle, and my tibia is in front of hers. Okay, just like this. Okay, so my back leg is back here, my chair is sliding, and I'm gonna be right here, my leg right in front of hers. Don't move your foot.
I'm sorry.
You're okay. Okay, now I have a lot of different contact points. Okay, I am gonna help her straighten this knee as we go to stand by internally rotating and adducting my leg. I'm gonna be able to push her tibia back, and with weight on her foot, that's gonna straighten out her knee. This leg is here to help, sorry.
No, your foot is digging into my ankle.
I'm sorry, I'll move. That's a good point. If your patient is barefoot or just had the non-slip socks on, you would want to take your shoe off. She doesn't have socks or a high-rise shoe on, so my shoe is bothering her a little bit. I don't have non-slip socks and we don't have carpet, so I would just slide all over the place if I took them off right now. But if your patient, it's ideal if your patient can be wearing shoes and that you're wearing shoes also. Okay. What are my hands doing? My front hand is going to be on her quad, giving a quick squeeze and helping to extend the knee. This arm is going to be right across her low back, right again at the iliac crests, because what I'm going to do as she stands is I'm going to supinate my arm, and that's going to give her a lift. And I'm going to film this kind of from a bunch of different angles so you can see what's happening. If I can reach all the way around my patient, this hand is also going to be on her abs, because if I can facilitate her abs, we're going to get some co-contraction and just a little bit more trunk control. Okay, so whatever you can reach and facilitate, you do. Again, it depends how you line up with your patient. Okay, so patient, what we're going to do, okay, and you can push up off your own legs. Okay, I could have her push up off the chair. I could have her push up off my leg.
What do you want me to do?
Whatever feels best. Right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I don't know where you want your hand.
no, that's fine. So let me show you something else. I would never put my hand on top of hers, but I will hook her thumb like this. And now I can touch her leg, but she can still feel weight, and I've got control over her hand, so it's not going to slide. Okay? So we're going to just rock forward 3 times, and on 3 we're going to stand up. Okay? We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Okay, so I helped her straighten. Okay, she was leaning a little bit too far forward. I pulled her back, and I pulled her back a little bit too hard. Okay, but I've got control of her. If this knee buckled, just let it bend a tiny bit. I can catch it, and I can help her straighten it up. The important thing is that she feels it buckle. Okay, she needs to feel that error, because when she feels the error, her body is going to try to correct it. If I just hold her straight-legged and never let her move, she's never going to learn anything. Okay, so now it's time to sit back down. So I'm going to use this arm to kind of fold her. We're going to sit back, sit back, sit back. Awesome. Okay, can you film this from the back for me? We're going to do exactly the same thing. Okay, I'm going to take your hand again. You're still on the edge. We're going to go, yeah, you're good. Okay, we're going to go 1 and 2, and I'm going to supinate my arm. And did you see, I was trying to exaggerate it, how that happened when I did that? It lifted, and it gave her some lumbar extension, and it tucked her butt under. Okay? And again, now I've got her. If we wanted to work on some pre-gait activities, I'm going to let go of your arm. We could work on some weight shifting. Okay, if she wanted to hold on to me, she could. Okay, I could have a walker here, I could have a table here. Okay, but if we wanted to work on some rotational activities, we can do that. Okay, I've got really good control of her. Worst things that happens if she just totally started to lose it, I just push her back in the chair. And that's the worst thing that happens. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and shut it off?